Okay, I believe this is part 6 of the transmission rebuild, fix, whatever. It turned into quite a bit more than that, kind of like a virus. And we've been through everything till now. The air conditioning system is sitting still for parts to come in. The transmission, same thing, waiting for gaskets. It's still sitting here. And I'm continuing to let it soak in that WD-40 de-rust whatever stuff because it's benign. It doesn't hurt other things. And right now I have everything I need to put the engine back together because Christmas came the other day, and here's all our goodies. To the right we got our valve cover gaskets and oil pump. The two shiny pulleys above it go to the timing belt. That's the water pump gasket, rear seal. I ordered those two guys. I'm probably not going to use them. They were, I don't know, $5. And there's my oil pan gasket. I also have a tube that I bought of black, I believe it's Permatex gasket sealant, gasket maker, gasket goop, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go grab it in a minute. We are fixing to assemble the components onto this engine. And like I said before, we did not take apart the essentially the part of your engine that goes, okay, except the timing belt. We took apart accessories that are on the engine. The internals of it have been running fine. There's no reason to mess with it. This isn't one of those horsepower TV or truck you or anything like that where they're got all the money in the world. This is a daily driver. And I figured, I'm talking to people that do daily drivers and not these hobby guys with tons of money. This is to put a daily driver back into service and have it run another 330,000 miles, which I got no doubt that it will. And with regular maintenance, I may say. So I'm going to shut it off, get everything ready, and we'll get to it. Okay, we're back. I basically went and got the black Permatex. Okay, I got the ultra black. Okay, maximum oil resistance, heavy duty applications, ideal for maximum gap coverage and sensor safe. You see that right there? Sensor safe. Make sure, man, because I'm telling you, they like those dang sensors. I'm using this to prep the surfaces. We'll also use, I told you I use acetone usually, and I kind of do most of the time, but that was a good deal on brake cleaner. I'm going to use it. That'll do just fine, getting all the oily surface off. This will get rid of all things that need to be gotten off of mechanically, and to give you a really good surface to stick crap to, because that's what you want, a good stick to surface. So that's what's going on right now. What else? I think that's it. Here we go. Let's grind this booger away. Okay guys, I'm stopping for a minute because it looks like the Santa Claus is here with maybe more parts. Appreciate it. Yeah, Santa Claus was bringing stuff, but it wasn't for me. Before I go around this, I'm going to take out this O-ring. I don't think I'll need to reuse it, but you never know. You know, a set of these little, if you can see it, these little picks, they're really dandy. You can get them cheap at Horror Freight.
I'm so sorry about that. We're just all crowded in here.
And they come in kind of handy. So I'm pretty sure my kit has some more. And
Oh, there it is. They don't tell me I ordered several stuff.
that's the old Clark air compressor. Okay. Most of what has come off has been old sealant. The other reason I like using the brake cleaner is because I like to hear my own neurons die in my brain as I inhale the vapors. Kind of like when you're cooking a lobster and you stick a pair of stethoscopes or a stethoscope in there to hear it whimper as it goes. I don't think any PETA people watch my site, so no big deal. Okay, now we're going to put on some of the sealant. Okie dokie. Now I'm just going to get everything, match it up. This is not cool. This is extremely not cool. Mistake number one. I don't have gasket.
Yes.
How? Well, actually, that's a good thing, because what I'm noticing, there was not a gasket on the original.
Hey, Jacob. Real quick. Can you see if I put that LED?
Interesting. Okay. Well, I wish I wouldn't have turned that upside down. I lost some bolts out of where they go. And all that looks pretty good with, yeah, that's dandy. Okay, we're in business. I guess I'm going to put this one on. With a Permatex gasket. What that means to me is I'm going to put a little goop on that. And I'm going to put some goop on the new one. Now, before I do that, I need to put in the gasket. Sorry. The seal on the new pump. If I grab the right case, I have a set of doodads to help with that. Really wasn't that expensive. I believe it was another Horror Freight purchase. And it was one of those I'm glad I've made. It's come in quite handy. It's pretty good at getting things or getting seals on there evenly and not catty corner or getting them bound up, all that stuff. So here we go. I'm kind of thinking this seal may not need any kind of hammering on. It looks to be pretty dandy as is. I know I'm doing this a little out of the camera sight, which I know is probably really boring for you guys. Maybe I'll edit this out. We'll see. But it is pretty important to get in there square. That's what I'm working on. And I'm pretty much right. This thing can press in by hand without need to hammer on it. There we go. Cody, why'd you do that?
I'm showing what you're doing.
Oh. That's my son Cody. He just moved it. I had no idea what he was doing. This is so wrong. Just bad. I can't do that. I am coming back. Okay. This is what I should have done in the beginning. I told you when I first started this side, if I do it, you probably shouldn't. Okay, that's all square. We like that. Don't know if I'll need this kit, but I might. So for now, I'll just kind of put it away so I can grab it pretty easily if I need it. I thought it was better to get that in before I goop this up. Okay, here we go. And maybe this is a step that's not needed since I put...
Cody?
Well,
Cody, do you know where Cody is?
yeah, he's sitting here filming me right now.
We need Cody to get the mat from upstairs.
Cody, go ahead and go.
All right.
Bye-bye, Papa.
Bye, Jacob.
Cody, we just need you to get the...
That's my son Jacob going to work. My son Cody running away because my wife was paging him for something. It's a full-time gig, you know. All y'all got kids. One is headed to work at Steak and Shake. The other is here before going back to college. The other is headed off for a week at dance camp. I didn't know there was such a thing as dance camp, but evidently there is. And the daughter's the one going to dance camp. And sure, if I was at work, someone would call me racist for saying that my daughter's going to dance camp. And not the boys. But believe it or not, they're just not interested in dance camp. Okay. We are, or should be, sufficiently gooped. There we go. Now what I did, I don't know where the camera's facing right now. There's my goop lines. I put bolts in the old oil pump. Gonna see where this is filming right now. It's over there on the floor. And I did that as a holding place, a holding spot, so that I would know where the correct bolts go on this one, since I had to get them out of the way to clean this thing up. One last thing I really need to do before I put that together. Oh goody. I need to get some engine oil. I just happen to have a can of oil here. I don't really care at all what this, oh great, oil down my leg. That was just brilliant. Really hate the fact I'll get to see all this junk. Didn't know it was full. So what you need to do, get you some oil, not on your leg. Put it around this little lip. It's a very sensitive little lip. You don't want to scar it up, bust it up in any way. And I think it's pretty good to coat what it's going to be running on, which is mainly this right here. Okay, so we got that taken care of. And Cody's back.
Yep.
We have the oil evenly smeared on the floor. Now we can go to putting on the oil pump. There we go. We're going to line up the holes. I'm also making sure that the seal is happy. There it goes. That looked pretty happy. Okay, so now we're lined up. I'm just going to finger tighten some of these bolts. There. There's a good smashing of the goo. And this one. The hidden one down under here. And I believe there's one last one. There you go. Well, I don't need those. Now, just because they're on this one and they're in a holding place, I'm going to transfer these over for what they go to, i.e. best practice, remember that? So, there we go. This one, bottom, and I believe this is nothing more but a black plastic little thing to cover all this, but still, if you wouldn't have put these things in place, you'd never find them again. Now this, well, take that back. This one is again to hold the black plastic cover. This one though is for the crankshaft sensor, which will be in the way if I put it on. So I'm just going to install the bolt for now and run it down so it's out of the way of tightening up this bolt. And then I'm going to go get my impact and I'm going to tighten these down. I'm sure there is a foot-pound that I need to tighten this to. Generally, I mean, do what you feel comfortable with. Generally, I don't do that. I just zip them down. It's worked for me. I hadn't had any issues. I'm sure others may comment how that's just not the right way to do it. You know, maybe I'll come back with my hooey. Maybe I'll come back with my torque wrench and check that out. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. Right now, I just know I kind of want to get it installed. I'm setting this on its lowest. Torque setting. I guess all of them. Okay, I think that is sufficiently down. Usually I particularly don't worry too much about the leftover goop. I think it's there and it's good to be there. But I don't know why I'm doing this, quite honestly. Just am. Probably because if I didn't, it would get all over me in the future somewhere. Just kind of a good even smear. There we go. So that is the oil pump. It is on. We will now change focus and go to the water pump, get it on. Then, yeah, I'm likely to go ahead and turn this thing upside down and put the oil pan on. Go ahead and hit off right now. Okay, bring y'all back. Yeah, y'all probably caught me in something. An O-ring. I forgot to put it back in. Well, took it off and installed it, put everything back. And how this RTV is doing, we're going to do a little different than making a bead. Okay, especially on ones that don't have a paper gasket. What I did, I smeared it like that is there. Well, wish I'd have had my gloves on. I did at the moment, but I went and smeared it around on both surfaces so that it'd be good to fill in any gaps. The way it compressed, once I took it off and able to take a look, there wasn't a whole lot of sealing going on there. Didn't like the way it looked, so I cleaned that out. You know what? It wouldn't be bad to do on any project. RTV can function differently in different settings, in different situations, maybe different temperatures, humidity. But I wasn't happy. Smeared it on is going to be a much better way to go with this particular RTV. So now that I got it all over me, we got the oil pump on, and I went ahead and torqued it down. I prefer the old-fashioned torque wrench, personally. I just feel more comfortable with it. And I think it's fairly accurate. Accurate enough, again, I've never had a problem. So, I'm going to go for the water pump now. I'll get the stuff and I'll bring y'all back when it's time. Mistake number 5 million. Here's the old water pump. It had the thermostat in it. Absent-minded, I forgot to get a new thermostat. So I'm fixing to shut this down and go get a new thermostat. And you know, my particular place around here I go to is AutoZone. You know, they're all different wherever you live. Go to the one you like the best. AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Zone, Autocraft, whatever the other one is, black and red. So and go pick up a new thermostat. This is a thermostat. When it heats up, it opens. It lets the water flow through your coolant system, radiator, water pump, engine block, yada yada yada. And it's just better. You know, this one probably works fine. Just better to get a new one. Just forgot. And also I gotta go spend time with my daughter who's going to dance camp. That's about 20 minutes, so I'm gonna shut her down for a little bit here. And my son Cody's messing with the camera again, and she's all teary up there. I don't understand why, but I need to go act like I understand, and then I'll go get one of these and come back and see you guys. Bye. Okay, we're back. I made a trip to my AutoZone, and the dude and I at the counter were figuring out why everything he pulled up was so different than what I had. Well, I know I've done this at least once before. This one is a lifetime warranty by Mall, I think the name is. Everything else was this, which is, you tell me. I mean, really? This looks like it came out of that thing you put quarters in at the grocery store, and let your kids play with it. I think what I'm going to do is to reuse my old one, which is heftier and I was not having any cooling problems. So I think I'm going to stick with it. Now, if I begin to have any cooling problems, on this truck I have a temperature gauge, which is always preferable over a light that lets you know after something has gone wrong. Not a great idea. Gauges are always better. So, again, everything leads me to I'm putting the old one back on. Now, it's water pump time. Where is my old one? There it is. So what we're going to do, same boring task. We're going to, these I really can't do what I want to do. I'll just have to take off the nuts. This one I can because the stud came out with the nut. But these others, they're going to go where they're supposed to in order and in place where they were. That one's tight. I'll skip it for now. There we go. And that filler, that one's tight. This one. Now we'll zip the others out right quick. Soon as hot, there it is. Top and bottom. Okay.
Gasket,